My name's Ted Barron. I'm the Senior Associate Director here at the DeBartolo Performing Arts Center. We're pleased you can join us tonight as we kick off our semester-long series with the Nanovic Institute, the Nanovic Institute film series, Young and Broke in Europe. Tonight's film, The Angel's Share, is actually being presented with our new DCP technology. We went through some upgrades over the summer, and we're really excited to be able to present tonight's film in the best possible format available now. So we'll be presenting this from a DCP source, and we're grateful to the university for their support in helping us to upgrade the cinema to make it state-of-the-art to really maximize the experience. So I think you're going to get the opportunity to see this film in a way that you wouldn't have otherwise. So we're really pleased with that. If we could just ask if you'd please turn off cell phones, any other devices that you may have that could cause distraction during the screening, we would appreciate it. One of the hallmarks of the Nanovic Institute film series is we typically bring in guest speakers or scholars on campus to come and introduce films and give some insights into the film you're about to see, in the films that are being presented in the series. And tonight we have the honor of welcoming the Associate Director of the Nanovic Institute, who helped to organize this series that will be presented throughout the semester. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Anthony Monta. On behalf of the Nanovic Institute for European Studies, its Faculty Film Committee, our doty partners at the DeBartolo Performing Arts Center, and fans of European cinema everywhere, welcome to the Nanovic Institute Fall Film Series, Young and Broke in Europe. Angela Merkel, in a Guardian interview early this month, said youth unemployment, quote, perhaps is the most pressing problem facing Europe at the present time. Eurostat, the official statistics service, released its latest data in July. 12.1% unemployment overall in the Eurozone, that's an all-time high, up from last year, totaling in nearly 20 million people. For young people under 25, things in the Eurozone are much worse, with unemployment more than double the overall rate, so 23.4%, or a bit over 5.5 million. The worst places to be if you're a young college graduate are Greece, 63%, Spain, 56%, Croatia, 55%. And the numbers aren't improving. In fact, they're getting worse. If you look at this in the context of European birth rates, the macroeconomic problems become even more challenging. In 1989, there were 56 million Europeans aged 20 to 24. This year, that number is 48 million. By 2020, that number is projected to fall to 39 million. That's a UN projection, and that includes young immigrants. Alas, the number of jobs for them is falling even faster. So you can easily imagine some of the macroeconomic effects of this: an increasingly part-time economy, widespread overqualification,
and competition, increased migration or emigration, especially of smart and entrepreneurial types, most needed at home, prolonged low growth, recession, even depression, rising tax rates, declining tax revenues, and the list goes on and on. If this continues, these 20-somethings in Europe, we hear, may very likely be economically, quote, obsolete, right, by the time the EU 17 economy picks up, if it does. So there's serious talk now of a new, quote, lost generation in Europe. Gallup reports their nearly universal pessimism, what they call negative outlook on local job situations, despite there being the most educated generation in Europe ever. So it's in this context, this rather sobering context, that we have 4 extraordinary recent films to show you from Europe this year. Elena by Andrei Zvyagintsev won a special jury prize at Cannes last year. Sister by Ursula Meyer, and cinematography by Agnes Godard. Oh Boy by Jan Olagursta, who will be here to introduce the film and engage the campus community. And of course tonight, The Angel's Share by Ken Loach, which won the jury prize at Cannes last year. And about this film, there's only really necessarily 3 things to say. The lead actor of this film, Paul Brannigan, was unemployed when the writer of the screenplay, Paul Laverty, discovered him while doing some volunteer work. Other actors are non-professionals as well in this film. They ad-libbed, by the way, the exuberantly bad language of the film. Laverty points to something important to this. In an interview, he said that the kids recognize themselves in it. So keep that in mind as you hear it. Loach, of course, is a famous socialist filmmaker, activist for over 50 years. His previous film was a documentary about the Labour Party in 1945, which was a veritable ode to the modern British state with a capital S. And it's worth considering the extent, then, to which comedy, the genre of comedy, and social realism, the kind of genre of films that he's made, are compatible. Comedy, classically, takes an established order, upsets it, and then establishes a new order at the end by containing the upsetting or revolutionary elements that came before, by integrating them or harmonizing them in some new way to provide resolution to the plot. Is that what happens in this film? Has Ken Loach made a film in The Angel's Share that even Margaret Thatcher could love? You'll have to wait till the end of the film to answer that question. But it is a delightful film, and a beautifully humane film, and a touching film on many levels, in addition to being very, very funny. So enjoy it. I hope you do.